the real estate industry. Now, Anoop has had a bit of experience on the buyer's side of the real estate industry and also coaching a couple of real estate agents. Now, with the housing market all over the place, one day the news says it's going really well, the next day it's not going so well. I can imagine that would play on the agent's minds a lot. But if an agent is focused, Anoop, let me ask you the question, if you're an agent, how would you
Yeah.
be placing yourself in the market?
I think it's a really great question, and that's something I do ask myself with a lot of different industries, and especially the real estate industry. I think right now, if you're in this industry and you're starting to go, oh, it never was as good as what it was a few years ago, and so forth, you know what? I hate to say this, straight up, get the hell out of the industry. You're not cut out for it. Now, if I was in the industry, what I'd be doing is going back to fundamentals. And the fundamentals are what the True North principles have always been taught about sales. Make sure you're following up your calls. Make sure you're talking to as many people as you possibly can. It's not just the real estate industry suffering at times, it's every industry. So the most successful guys that are making it happen are the ones that are actually talking to more people than less. Statistics have proven time and time again that the more people you're speaking to, the more chances you have of closing a sale. So you don't know who your next customer is going to be. So I'd stop becoming arrogant and saying this is all who we want. I'd be saying let's talk to everyone and finding a way. There is no easy fix. If I was in the industry, I'd be working twice as hard, twice as long, and twice as smart than any other agent. I know for a fact that if you do more than what your competitor does, you will get more results. The simple fact and I'm sorry that there's no magic wand that I can give you here, but it comes down to good, solid, hard work. Look at and the other thing I'd also do is if I'm not so successful right now, I'd also be talking to other real estate agents that are successful. I'll be picking up the phone and going, hey, listen, can I get an hour of your time? I'm happy to buy you a coffee. Could you just mentor me around some things? Now, admittedly, some of them may not give you their time, but the ones that do are the ones that are loving and sharing enough to say, yeah, I'm happy to share with you, and I bet you there's a lot of them out there that will. So there are a couple of points. One is work hard. Work harder than your competition. Work harder than the other colleagues. Number two, set your standards high. Okay, don't drop those. Just because it's quiet, you don't drop your standards. Number three, make more calls, talk to more people. And number four, talk to a mentor or somebody else that can guide you in the right position. That's what I'd look at doing, just getting back to fundamentals.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Anoop. Would you mind just sharing a little bit about your experience of buying your current house you're in? I remember you sharing something beautiful about the questions that you should have been asked, because you were moving from a place of, it wasn't really painful, but it was painful enough to move.
Yeah, and you know, the funny thing is, Emma, the lady that sold me our house, the real estate agent that sold me our house, is now being coached by me in her business. And the funny thing was, when we did the sales side of it, I said to her, you know what? I said, we really liked you as a real estate agent, but the biggest challenge I had is I said, you never built the real pain for me or rapport. I mean, I said, you built the rapport, and hence why we went with you. But you could have done so much more. And after this session with her, she actually even said, she goes, you know what, you're so right, I don't even think of it like that. So, you know, to give you an example was that, we had a child, we were living in an inner city 2-bedroom apartment, which was, 90 square meters, as you know, is tiny. And you've got a baby, and, we've got family over all the time, and one of our biggest pain points was we needed a little bit more space. So when we were going, and I hate shopping. So to me, I could have literally bought the first house I saw if somebody had done the job right. So here's a market that's in a downturn spiral. So what do the real estate agents do? Every house that you walk through, they get you to sign in, you walk around and walk out. Not one question was asked, not one bit of rapport was built, not even why are you looking. And we're walking around with a brand new baby. So to me, the experience wasn't there, so I needed to keep shopping around.
Yes.
You want to close a deal on real estate? get to know your client that's walking through. I understand real estate agencies are unique because you need to find the product so you have the client on that end that you're selling for. But remember, you also need to sell the product. So build rapport. We were never built rapport with. We were never asked questions. It was, the question we were asked, do you want to put an offer in? You know what? Doesn't cut it. I'm sorry. Maybe back in the day when the boom period was on, but not anymore.
Exactly.
So that was our experience. We were just asked us a series of questions. Why is it important? What are you looking for? Nobody asked us how many bedrooms we wanted, what we do, how we wanted to do it, what type of, do you want it for 5 years, 10 years? It was just very much of a generic process. So hence we needed to look around more. Yeah.
So the biggest question out of that a real estate agent can ask is why?
Yeah. Why are you looking at moving?
Yep.
And that will open up a plethora of other questions that can be asked.
Exactly.